Hi, Addison Wylie here from Wylie Writes with another webisode of Does It Float, a web series where I take a look at some of the films I've reviewed in the past and tell you if they're worth revisiting. On this webisode, I'm going to take a look at Terrence Malick's To the Wonder.
Love is not only a feeling. You shall love. To love is to run the risk of failure, the risk of betrayal. You fear your love has died. It perhaps is waiting to be transformed into something higher.
In my original review of To the Wonder, I noted that this film certainly isn't for everyone, but Terrence Malick's films have always had that specific audience that it's tailored for. There are some really special moments of genuine silence, and by that I mean two actors emoting with each other using very minimal dialogue or just simple facial expressions. It's a real challenge for these actors, but they succeed in spades. As expected, the cinematography is beautiful, there are some very moody and dreamy edits going on throughout, and the film does such a wonderful job at depicting the story of finding lost happiness. So, the big question, does To the Wonder float? It does. It certainly does. It's one of the best films of the year, I'll still stand behind that, but I had a different experience watching the film at home than I did at the theater. When you're watching a movie in a movie theater, your perception of time is somewhat blurred because you're focused on that one specific movie and you don't really have any distractions around you, especially if you're in a very quiet movie theater and you don't have someone kicking your seat or making small talk in the back of the theater. And if that movie is really, really good, that time is going to fly on by. I found this was the case when I was watching To the Wonder in a very quiet movie theater. I was able to let the film wash over me. When you're watching a movie at home, your perception of time becomes less blurred. You have more distractions. You might be beside a window where you can tell when it's daylight and when the sun is going down. And I found that with watching To the Wonder. When I was watching it, I found that scenes were more ponderous and the pacing was a lot slower than I remembered the first time around. Even though the film takes a slower pace when you're watching it for a second time, that emotional impact is still there and it still resonates just as strongly. If you're a fan of Terrence Malick and his work, I think this isn't going to be a surprise to you and you're going to be ready for that slower pace. However, if you're a newbie to Malick's work, I really think you're going to have a hard time connecting with To the Wonder, but if this sounds like it's going to be up your alley, you want a change of pace than what you've been seeing this summer, give it a shot. It's worth a try just to see if this is your cup of tea. To the Wonder is now available on DVD, Blu-ray, and VOD. Thank you for watching this very special webisode, and I'll see you on the next webisode of Does It Float?